Good evening, students. Welcome back to BSc first year mathematical physics class. So, in last lecture, we discussed about the line integral, surface integral, and volume integral. These are the basic terms in mathematics that we have to use in physics. Now, if we move forward, today we are going to discuss about the Gauss divergence theorem, Stokes theorem, and Green's theorem. In your syllabus, you have its statement and equation. Statement and equation. There is a no derivation in your syllabus. By using this statement and equation, we have to use this theorem in solid state physics, quantum mechanics, in classical mechanics, in electronics, that we will discuss in second year as well as in third year. Okay. This paper is completely application based paper. We have to use all these mathematical tools like our vector algebra, matrix, Fourier series, complex number in our physics. Okay, so let us start with Gauss divergence theorem. What it tells us. What is the statement of Gauss divergence theorem and its equation that we have to discuss. Actually, Gauss divergence theorem help us to transform a volume integral into surface integral. Means the use of this theorem is to transform a volume integral into the surface integral. It states that the volume integral of the divergence of a vector field V. It states that the volume integral of the divergence of a vector field V taken over any volume V is equal to the surface integral of V taken over the closed surface surrounding the volume V. Once again, it states that volume integral of a divergence of a vector field V taken over any volume V is equal to the surface integral of vector V taken over the closed surface surrounded by the volume V. If we see its equation, volume integral divergence of a vector V dV is equal to, or that equation can be written in terms of volume integral del dot V dV. Divergence is nothing but the dot product of del operator with that vector or that function, which is equal to surface integral of V ds. V ds means the use of Gauss divergence theorem is to convert, to transform a volume integral into the surface integral. First important application of this Gauss divergence theorem, we can transform a volume integral into the surface integral. It takes that the volume integral of the divergence of a vector V, vector field V taken over any volume V is equal to the surface integral of a vector V taken over the closed surface surrounded by the volume V. Means if we take the volume integral of any vector, volume integral of a divergence of vector, volume integral of divergence of a vector equal to surface integral of that vector taken over a closed surface enclosed by a volume. V is nothing but our Gauss divergence theorem. Therefore, its mathematical form of Gauss divergence theorem is volume integral of divergence of a vector V dV is equal to, or volume integral of del divergence of a vector del dot V dV is equal to the surface integral of V ds. V ds is nothing but our Gauss divergence theorem. You have to remember its statement and its mathematical formula. That's it. If we move forward, the second theorem was Stokes theorem. Now, Stokes theorem having its own application, similar to that of Gauss divergence theorem. In Gauss divergence theorem, we can convert a volume integral into the surface integral. Similarly, in Stokes theorem, we can convert, or we can transform a line integral into the surface integral. Line integral into surface integral. Once you convert it into surface integral, we can convert it into the volume integral by using a Gauss divergence theorem. Okay, means these two theorems are interrelated with each others, because in one theorem we transform volume into surface. In Stokes theorem, you can transform line into the surface. So, Stokes theorem states that the line integral of a vector function f, the line integral of a vector function f taken around a closed path C, taken around a closed path C is equal to the surface integral of the curl of the vector field f, curl of the vector field f taken over a surface S bounded for the closed path C is nothing but Stokes theorem. Once again, it states that the line integral of a vector function, f taken around a closed path C, taken around a closed path C is equal to the surface integral of the curl of the vector field f, surface integral and curl of that vector field f taken over a surface S bounded by the closed path C. That's why the mathematical equation for Stokes theorem is line integral of a vector field f dot dl is equal to surface integral del cross f ds. Line integral f dot dl is equal to surface integral del cross f ds is nothing but our Stokes theorem. Means by using a Stokes theorem we can convert line integral into the surface integral. Once you convert it to surface integral, you can convert that surface integral into the volume integral by using Gauss divergence theorem. In Gauss divergence theorem, we are taking the divergence of that vector field. In Stokes theorem, we are taking curl of that vector field. Okay. These are the difference between Gauss and Stokes theorem. Okay. Now, if we move forward, the last theorem is Green's theorem. That we will discuss. Green's theorem, or it is also called, sometimes also called as circulation, curl or tangential form of Green's theorem. Let C be a piecewise smooth, simple, closed surface. is a closed curve enclosing a region R, enclosing a region R in the plane. Let a vector field F is equal to mi kappa plus n j kappa be a vector field with m and n having continuous first partial derivatives, in an open region containing R. Then the counterclockwise circulation of F around C equal to the double integration of a curl F dot K over R. Means what? Means F is a vector field which is equal to mi kappa plus n j kappa. That m and j both are continuous first partial derivatives, having continuous, as well as its first partial derivative is also continuous. It means surface integral of f dot t ds is equal to surface integral over a closed curve m dx plus n dy equal to dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y into dx dy is a curl integral, and the left hand side is the counterclockwise circulation. This is mathematical expression for Green's theorem. Once again, let C be a simple closed curve enclosing a region R in the plane. Let F is equal to m I kappa plus n j kappa be a vector field with m and n having continuous first partial derivatives in an open region containing R. Then this counterclockwise circulation of F around C equal to F around C is equal to double integration of curl F, which is equal, which can be represented by surface integral over a closed loop C F dot T ds is equal to surface integral m dx plus n dy is equal to double integration dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y into dx dy. Okay. Now, the second form of Green's theorem says that the outward flux of a vector field across a simple closed curve in the plane equals the double integration of the divergence of the field over the region enclosed by the curve. This is a significance of that Green's theorem. Okay, this is all about the Green's theorem, Stokes theorem, and Gauss divergence theorem. In tomorrow lecture, we will solve some numerical problem based on line integral, surface integral, volume integral, as well as in Stokes theorem, Gauss divergence theorem, and Green's theorem. That's the end of this vector algebra. Next chapter is complex number. That will be start from tomorrow. Thank you.